we are currently going to the property. I actually mistakenly took down the whole back half of the basically like a storage area I was using for all the car parts, and sadly I took it down a day too late because I didn't actually have to take it down. That's what sucks. So I got all the wood. You can see the roof I kind of just slapped on here. Everything else underneath wise, if you guys can see, there's a little bit of stack of wood there. We also had to grab some interior pieces for the new Edge because we are doing the S550 interior swap. We got the door panels, we got the dash, and then we got the center console. We're gonna try to retrofit that into the blue budget-friendly endless swap Mustang. So let's get on the road. It is currently 8 o'clock, just a measly few hours later. Dash is back over here. As you can see, it's a Roush. That means your car's a Roush. We got the center, we got the both door panels, and luckily I actually found a whole bunch of black interior pieces. We don't need that door panel though. And then black leather seats. How exciting for $50. Last time we see this ugly interior, cloth seats, everything else is gray. It's gonna look like a completely different car. First step in an interior swap is obviously dismantling, and that's what we're gonna be doing in today's video, and then mock-up of the S550 dash. So we gotta get this dash out, we gotta get the wheel out, door panels, and then we can start doing the quarters, and whatever else we need to take off, we need to take it off. All right, this is gonna be fun. Headrest is out, and I want to say just these guys are holding the whole. Yes, sir. Oh, who's the dummy that ran these wires through the back seat? Here we go. Back seat is out and deleted.
And deleted.
Deleted. All right, now. Since we have this out, we just need to get the rear quarters out, these quarters here, and start working on the front dash, which will be super simple. I've done so many of them. So I'll get these out, we'll get those swapped around real quick. We'll delete the rear seat belts, we won't need them. It also gets super, super hot sitting inside the car. But the quarters and the upper quarters are both out. Obviously the seat is out and the seat belts are out. I think what I'm gonna do is get some harnesses and put harnesses in there. I think she'll like that a lot more than just stock seat belts. We have the black interior here. I don't think I'm gonna put the foam back in because I don't have any glue, but it's gonna be as easy as bam. One is installed, easy peasy. Then once everything is there, we gotta start with the dash. I think the dash is honestly gonna be the easiest part. I'm gonna do a little time lapse for you and show you guys how easy it is to pull this out properly, okay? I mean taking all the bolts out correctly and taking everything, unplugging, nothing getting cut, all right? So let's get the back done and let's go to the front. Now that that's done, which sucked, okay. So both quarters are on. Now, we'll figure out the back seat delete. Obviously, I'm not keeping a back seat, okay? Mustangs are not designed to have a passenger in the back seats, since they are a little bit small in the headrest. Maybe if you're like 5 foot, you know, if you're lane's height, it'd be fine. But let's get going. Let's get this whole dash piece that you guys are sitting on out of this car so we can start mocking up the S550 dash. I am so excited here. It is time to pull the new Edge dash out. It is the same concept as the SN95. I'm just glad the center console's already out, but it's getting serious. It's getting serious. And this is definitely not a how-to, but I can definitely walk you guys kind of through how we're doing it. But like I said, day one, mock-up only, because there's a lot of things I need to kind of get a grasp on. Just like door handles, how am I going to make those work? The door lock and unlock, how am I going to make that work? Since the S550 is a lot of electronics. The dash seems pretty self-explanatory. You just find the pin for it and you run it to the LS stuff. Obviously you got speedometer, you got oil, you got temp gauge, fuel. It's pretty self-explanatory. You just find the wire, you tap into it, and the gauge should work. But enough jibber jabbering, let's get this dash out. Time lapse, ready?
Shifter and my mirror and my glasses.
Alright, get over here.
Nice.
The dash is it. Don't worry about that. Alright. Dash is out. You guys know what that means. Let's grab the other one, set it in here. We'll see what it looks like. Just like that. Everything is out. You ready to mock up the other one?
Yes.
This thing kind of sucked to remove. Okay. First off, do yourself a favor, take off that electrical connector right there. It's a 10mm bolt. I think it's inside the fender. I forgot. Just take it off first. It'll pop right out, and then all the electrical should just go with it. You know, I kind of forgot about that one. But, see that here nor there. So let's grab the dash and let's get going. Ow! Let it settle. This is close. Definitely have to cut some things out to make it fit. But here's a good representation of what it looks like inside the car. That glare is just ridiculous how bright it is outside. So far, to get the S550 dash to actually sit in there, I've cut off the driver's side at least, I'd say 3 inches or so of the good bolt, and then we'll go back and brace it later on. This is actually from the back side, right here, that I cut off because it sticks out right about here. So I cut that off, and then this side I've taken off and cut basically straight down, and that's this side. This is about 2 inches or so here. I'm basically trying to keep this guy, because this will actually line up, I'm hoping, because I know I put a bolt in here already so far, but as you guys can see, it's a little bit more flimsy, so what I'll have to do is weld something and then put it here, here, and here to keep the rigidity the same. And then on this side, as you can see, big old block, weld here to here, here to here, and that should be done there. So let's go ahead and get this thing. I also got a piece of little metal in my hand.
So we got the mock-up done for the S550 in the new edge.
Alright, we got blocks of wood holding it up. Center console is technically in, don't mind the 2-inch gap here. It's alright, but the center console is in. I'm sitting in the very back seat here. It's pretty level, okay? Don't mind the camera angle, it is level. So now I need to figure out how to bracket it up to where I don't weld the frame itself to the car. Because I would like to be able to pull the dash out, just in case, say, like a blower motor, the HVAC, heater core, you know, so something of the sort. But there's that in the new edge. I think this is where everybody kind of stops because I know people have done it in the Fox body, but not the new edge. I watched one person mock it up in the new edge, but that's all she got. And I want to go full board. I need everything in here. I need the gauges working. I need the switches working, which is going to be fun, okay? Airbags, obviously, I don't think that's going to be working, but who needs airbags? Weight reduction, right? Right. But so far, so good. It honestly looks very well. We're good on the back half of the gapping size. This is going to be fun. I need to cut this off just slightly. It's just slightly overhanging. And then that side is actually perfect. It's not actually gonna hit anything. Ooh, where's my finger? On that side right there. It's not gonna hit anything. I'm gonna make up some brackets and get them and probably weld it in, and then put some bolts and nuts on there so I can at least hold it in there, and that way I can keep up on the mock. We got one bracket made for the right side. This is all I need. Let's get the MIG welder out. Everything's on. Let's get the welding. We gotta lay down some beads. It's gonna look so fancy. Alright, we got the bracket made, and I'm somehow gonna try to tack weld it into place in the car. Hopefully this works. First try, here we go. One bracket in. You done being all smoky in here? We got a self-tapper here, and we got it welded right here. But technically, it's being held up by itself. Look at that. We do have to brace the middle, so we'll put, if I can put a self-tapper in there, I will, and then I can put a bolt and nut just later on. That way it can be held up in the center, because I think that's what's happening right now, is the center is just a little bit heavier than we'd think. We will also fabricate something in the back here. That way you can't see the blue anymore, but so far so good. Now, grab me a door panel. We're gonna try to see how this looks with the door panel inside. Look at that. We got a door kind of in there. As you can see, there is going to be a gap because the body lines do not match up. How to cut a lot of the back half that I'll show you here in a second. That side over there fits. The dash is still good, but the door panel is at least in and kind of in place. Can you believe that? Man, this is coming along. This is coming along. I do have to figure out the door handles to work. This clicks in. I just have to grind this down, and then it'll lock into place. The door switch, I need to figure that out. It's pretty simple. Cut the wires that go up, down, and then unlock and lock. That should work. I just need some pigtails. Worst part right now is trying to figure out how to get out. Oh, you get the door panel? Oh, look at that. Oh, man. It feels so much better out here. It's currently raining. It's about to storm. But much progress. We got the dash at least mounted. Door panel sitting on there. Let me see the back. Let me show what we've done so far. So we've cut a little bit off the edge here, and then all the way down here. We have not cut the bottom or the sides. We did have to cut this section out for the cubby, so I just made that flat with everything, but everything else is not cut. Like I said, right here is the door handle, so all it's got to do is sit in there. And here, bam, door switch here, unlock and lock, the window switch down there. It's pretty easy. All you gotta do is run some wires and figure out that. So far so good. Mounting is done. Center console's kind of in place where it needs to be. I do know it's not level at all, so we need to drop it down on the rear and then go from there, because I think it's sitting weird here because it's supposed to sit just a little bit more up. But look at that. Look at that. We're getting somewhere. But this part of the mock-up is currently done. We will see you guys in the next video. Hopefully you guys are excited. See you next time. Peace out.